Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to stop because I'm already out of breath. It's the first day it's stopped raining since Christmas, so I thought I'd better get out with my camera. I'm actually off up to Scotland tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to make a couple of videos while I'm up there, but in particular I'm aiming to get some mountain hares. And for those of you that have been following the channel for a while now will know that I have struggled to get mountain hare in the snow. I've got lots of mountain hare photographs, all of them though are without snow, and every time I've been up to Scotland or up onto the Peak District, it's either not snowed, or when it has snowed they've evaded me, which is hardly surprising when they're a white creature on white background. So anyway, that's tomorrow's trip. I'm actually in an area that's not a million miles away from my home, but I've been given a tip off that there is a chance that I might be able to photograph short-eared owls, and they've been showing quite frequently in this area. So I'm off to have a bit of a hike and see if I can find some short-eared owls. So come along for the journey and see what I see. Well, that's not taken very long at all. As soon as I've gotten to the tops, there was two short-eared owls that were quartering and then came together and had an interaction. Probably a little bit far away for me to get any photographs. And there's a wren chasing me up the wall, but definitely I've got some video. So that's two I've seen, and I've only been here for, I don't know, 10 minutes. And I actually think there's a third one now moving across. Yep, they're coming together, and there's another one that's gone that way. So that's three in this area. Oh, they're coming together. They're just so far away. Sit tight, this might be a cracker. So I knew we were going to get a better than average chance today, and the reason for that is we've had such heavy storms. We've had Storm Gerrit followed very quickly by Storm Henk, and because we've had two winter storms and torrential rain, it will have been really difficult for these short-eared owls to be hunting. They rely on a combination of eyesight and sound, and with the heavy rain that will have been hindered significantly. I seem to have lost him at the minute, which is why I've just crouched down. They were in the fields just to the side of me quartering, but there was two of them and they were competing. So I've seen three so far in this area. I didn't expect to find them this quickly, but I did expect to find them. Yeah, it's working its way across. See if I can get some video. Really far away, right almost up on the ridge, that one, and I'm just on the flank of the hill. I'm just debating on whether it's better to move or to just get myself in quite a nice concealed position and hope that they come back to me. It's exciting stuff though, isn't it? They're back. They're quartering this way, two of them. So I'm just going to sit tight and hope that they make their way towards me. It's moved across now into this field just behind me. It's very light in colour. I don't even know if it's a barn owl, that one. I just took a quick snap on my camera, only a record shot, and zoomed in on it. It's definitely a short-eared owl, and it is heading down this way. They're still really quite far away, I would say. The one at the top of the field here is probably the best part of maybe about 400, 500 metres. And the one that was over to the left has vanished as I've been tracking the one to my right. So at this stage, one of the things that everybody does, and I've just been doing it myself, is to lift your camera up and start thinking about where to get in the position and try to get shots. When actually, one of the best things you can do when you first find the subject that you're aiming to photograph is to... Oh. So that's just what you want to do with your new DJI Pocket 3. Have it on a tripod, balanced on a wall, and then it falls off. Luckily, it didn't land in the stream that I'm stood in. It only landed in the reeds and was quite a soft landing for it, so it's absolutely okay. They've moved across now to the left. They're interacting again. It's just incredible. It's just too far away. I'm going to just hold my ground, I think. I think that's the best protocol here, is to just hold my ground and hope that they come this way. I could spend all afternoon chasing them around the moor, and I just don't think that's going to get me the shots. I think I'm just going to be left feeling frustrated. I've got 3 around me now, 2 to my left and 1 to my right. So I'm going to put the vlogging camera down and I'm just going to concentrate on trying to get some photographs. Unfortunately, I've lost the light. The sun has now dipped down the other side of the mountain. Hill. I've got a short-eared owl that's just gone to roost on the ground to the side of me, and the other 2 have vanished, which I can only assume means they've gone on the other side of the ridge. It's been epic to see them, and I might have got a little bit of video for you, but I've got no photographs. Record shots to make sure that they were short-eared owls. Still, I've got a little bit of time left, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. I'm going to move up to the ridge, and then I'm going to follow the ridge back down to the car. I know they're here though, and that's really, really useful. Every time I go to do a piece to camera, one of them appears. Now I've come up to the ridge line, and my intention was towards the ridge line and then walk along the ridge and back down towards the car. And it was definitely the right call, because they are traversing the ridge line, so that they're covering the fields either side of the ridge line, and there's one now almost in front of me, so I'm going to go and get this. They come tantalisingly close, and then they traverse off and quarter the field to either side of the ridge. But they're getting closer. So what I'm going to do is, there's a footpath along the ridgeline, and I'm going to use the footpath now. I'm going to make my way along the ridgeline as I intended to originally, but just keeping my eyes peeled at all times. There was 4, so there was 2 to the right of me on the ridge, and there was 2 to the left of me on the ridge, and then they came together just in front of me, and I've got some video of them interacting where they were kind of sparring in the air as short-eared owls do, and they're not doing that because they've got food, because they're still actively hunting. They're doing that just to kind of push competitors off their territory. but it's incredible to see, and you can hear them calling as they're doing it, as they're coming in close. There's two, they're quite a way right up on the top now. So I'm going to head on. I'm fast running out of light. I've only got till probably 3 o'clock, and as you can probably see behind me in this kind of area, the sun's fast disappearing. So I am going to move on, because I really don't fancy being out in the middle of the moors in pitch black. So I will move on and keep you updated as we go. There's a short-eared owl now to my left. And he might be coming this way. No, he's dropped back down again. Keeping your eyes peeled as you move across. Keep your profile quite low. And when one approaches, I tend to crouch down and see if it'll come in. You'll notice that I'm also using a net gaiter, so I can just conceal myself that little bit more, and then as one comes in, I can crouch down and I'm just a little less inconspicuous. What I would say is that in areas like this, because there's a footpath here, there's another one that way now, because there's a footpath here, they're quite used to the traffic of people. So there's no reason whatsoever why they won't come quite close to you. It's fabulous. I usually have to drive all the way to Bempton Cliffs to find something like this. You can see two right down at the bottom now, just making their way down across the field, quartering the field to the side of me. There were some more to that side, but we just got to keep our eyes peeled, because they're very busy hunting at the minute, and it's no surprises, is it, considering the fact that they've had so little opportunity with the storms over the last couple of days. They must be frantic. So if there was ever a lesson to be learnt, I've just looked back to the dry stone wall where I first spotted the short-eared owls, and where I said, do I stay or do I move up to the ridgeline? And I moved up to the ridgeline, and I've had some nice encounters that I wouldn't have got if I moved up to the ridgeline. And I've just looked back down to the dry stone wall, and there's a little white splodge on the wall, and I thought, almost exactly where I was stood doing my piece to camera as the camera fell off. And I've got a record shot, which I'll zoom in for you now, and you can see quite clearly a short-eared owl sat on the wall. Would the owl have landed there if I'd have remained there? Who knows? Probably not. But there's a part of me now that's kicking myself for not staying put, concealed, and letting them come to me. I think the next time I come to this area, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll probably come with my ghillie suit. I'll probably get myself into a really good position, bring my tripod, and then just wait. Because actually, as I've moved up to the ridge, and the short-eared owls have moved onto either side of the ridge, the ones that are down on the side where I was before are quartering the fields exactly where I first started. You live and learn, and today's going to be one of them days where I'm kicking myself. I nearly didn't make this video today. It wasn't too long ago that I actually made a video on short-eared owls, and if you've not seen it, I'll pop a link up on the screen now for you to see. That was at Bempton Cliffs, and that was just a red letter day. I had barn owls and short-eared owls at really close quarters, at times probably within 10 metres of where I was stood. And I was static at that point, and just over there, and the owls were coming to me. This is a place I've not been before, And I thought, oh, it's always a risk coming to places that you've not been before, because you don't know whether the subjects are going to turn up. You don't know the area particularly well, and there's always a chance that you'll get no shots whatsoever. And that, in many ways, is like worst case scenario, because I have limited time to make these videos, and I try to bring something different to the channel every time I make a video. And when I said to my wife that I was going to make a video on short-eared owls today, her first words, and I knew they would be, were, "You only did a video on short-eared owls the other week." But in all honesty, we're having a bit of a bumper year for short-eared owls, and it seemed a shame not to come to a place that I've not been before and to chance my arm really to get some photographs of the short-eared owls. I've got a couple. They're nowhere near as close as they were at Bempton Cliffs, but it's still been absolutely fantastic to see them, and to see them thriving, you know, high numbers in the northwest of England, and I've not had to travel to some RSPB reserve or up into Scotland to see them, right on my doorstep. And that's fantastic. That's really good news for the birds, and it's a really good thing to see. If you've not enjoyed this, because I did one only the other week, I apologise. Stay with the channel, because I've got a hopefully off up to Scotland tomorrow, so hopefully going to bring you some videos on mountain hares. There's a chance of ptarmigan, there's a chance of snow bunting, lots of opportunities, maybe even the crested tits, because we're not a million miles away from Lochgarten, where there's a good chance of seeing crested tits, and they're a subject that I always love seeing. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so as well. Thank you to all those people who've bought me a coffee so far on the Buy Me a Coffee webpage that we've got. It really does help support the channel. It certainly helps support travelling off to all these locations to be able to get these experiences and bring them to you. If there is an area of the country that you want me to do a video of, or there's a reserve that you want me to do, or indeed a species that you think I should be focusing in on for the channel, please drop that either in the comment, or I'll put my email address in the description of this video. And if you'd rather not publicly put it on a domain where everyone can see it on the YouTube channel, send me an email and let's see if we can get some new places into 2024. Pops and me are always up for a little bit of a travel, so you know, if you've got something that you want us to see, either email me or drop it in the comments. And until next time, ta-ra.